Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Here, come on. Here, take a seat. Right over here. Come take a seat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd like to do a little bullshitting about Votec. At least that's what we called it when I was in school. And what it was, it's when you're in high school, you start, especially when you start, really getting up into high school, you get some things become a challenge and problematic, and then some things you just blossom in. And the thing is, like I say, I'm a dyslexic and I'm hyper. So in school, it was tough. I'm not college material. I don't like studying. I like working. I like doing something. I like creating something. And we had, of course, we had metal shop and we had wood shop, and but we also had what they called Votec. And at Votec, they would do things such as auto mechanics. The high school had a big shop. You bring your car in, and you could take the fender off, and fix the fenders and paint jobs. They did all this kind of stuff. And so in auto mechanics, and they worked on motors and stuff like that. This is where they learned. They had like one mechanic or body man that kind of supervised all the young men as they did their thing, and they'd bring their parents' car in, or they'd have their own little hot rod or something like that, and they'd bring that stuff in and work on that kind of stuff. And then they had a master carpenter that would help them make cabinets and countertops and this type of stuff. That was in another building. And they had another one that they didn't even have. All they had was they just showed up and they'd go out on site. And the site was remodeling houses, especially for the poor folk. And all the people had to do was buy the material and have the material on site. And then they would come out with their hammers and saws and like I say, fix the old people's houses and poor people's houses and stuff like that. All they had to do is furnish the material, have the materials there, and then they'd get it taken care of. And they had agriculture, be learning farming and that type of stuff, crops growing and stuff like that. Now they have it. Now I don't know about where y'all, but here in Oklahoma, there's universities that teach this. They used to do it in a high school, or and get an idea of it. And then, like I say, at the end of high school, you can go to junior college or go to one of these Votec type places. And not only that, like I say, I had a hard time, and so what it ended up for me, I just had to go half a day of school, and then the other half I would, I had a drive-in restaurant, so that's what I had. I learned restaurant management, but I already kind of knew it because I've been working. We've had Chinese restaurants, but this one I had a hamburger place. It was a drive-in place, and so I'd go in and work at noon, and I'd stay there till like 11, 12 o'clock when I worked. So I worked a full day, and this was in my high school. This is 17 years old. So, but it gives you a chance to learn. It gives you a chance to be like an apprentice. And, you didn't get paid. on this stuff. But like I say, it gave you a chance to get in, do the work, get your hands dirty, find out if this is the kind of stuff you like. And then, like I say, job opportunities come from that kind of stuff. If once you like it, you start doing it, and then they'll give you extra work and send you to different places. And then next thing you know, when you're out of high school, or like I say, during your it could be junior college type work, after high school. The next thing you know, you're starting on that. And next thing you know, you got a job, and you're really learning a craft. It was really, really interesting. Another thing was, I thought was really cool. I didn't get in it because, like I say, I was born and raised in Topeka, so I was in the city. But they did have it, and we just kind of made fun of them. But it was the Future Farmers of America, and but like I say. When I moved down by the Kansas-Oklahoma line, well, Future Farmers was a big deal. I mean, we made fun of them in the city, but you get out in the rural, well, then you find out, hey, I mean, it's a big deal. They really did. They would have their own animals, and they would learn the business of raising stock. And then, now I noticed through the years, they changed it to they're just showing the stock, making good-looking cow or good-looking sheep and stuff like that. So they really missed everything. And all this stuff, as far as I know, and I may be wrong, and maybe in different parts of the country they're doing something like that, but, that stuff pretty much stopped in the way of just job opportunities, learning skills and crafts. I don't think you're going to find it like that anymore. But like I say, I may be wrong. And a lot of that was because of the lobbyists. The lobbyists will get in there and they start changing the school, the way they do school and stuff like that. And they say, well, we can't have you competing against, carpenters and stuff like that by fixing old people's houses and poor people's houses. We can't do that because you're going to competition. And, this is what the lobbyists talk about. Anybody, I'll tell you, if you've got a true skill, you don't mind the competition. If you have a true skill, you really have a good craft going for you. That's what's going for you. The competition means nothing. Matter of fact, it makes you get better. The better your competition, the better you're going to be. Not only in making things, like say in the way of skills and a craft that you're putting together, but you get better with the competition. But like I say, the better, and see, you're already one step ahead. As long as you keep learning and keep doing more and getting better, you're going to all the time stay ahead of them. And all they're going to be doing is, they're going to be looking at you, So you're going to be the one that's going to make everybody, I want to be as good as that guy, So, and you can do that local. I mean, we got that. Now think about it. I mean, there's mechanics, car mechanics. There's car mechanics that are really, really good car mechanics. And so that's where you want to get your car taken care of. And then there's the other ones that aren't all that good, but they're just learning, and all this kind of, so you've got this in all aspects. And like I say, we used to have it, but it's gone. And the only thing I can think of is, like I say, the lobbyists got that. And now the government thinks, well, here, let's throw some money at it. Let's kind of, do all this stuff. And you don't. This stuff, it doesn't cost hardly anything on the Votec type stuff. Maybe you need to buy the equipment and stuff, but once you get the equipment, it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's a whole lot better than, like I say, trying to get some kid and say, well, we can't have you just playing on your phone and walking the streets and stuff like that. Well, now you can give them a purpose. And like I say, I did it even with the restaurant. I was doing the restaurant, but with the drive-in. But I say it's not what now when I look back at it, it's not so much because I was competing against McDonald's. This McDonald's was a new thing in when I was a kid. McDonald's was a new thing, and I couldn't understand how that kind of worked, and that was big business. And that's what happens. Lobbyists and big business, they get together and they can get everybody out through regulations and this type of stuff. And that's basically how they got me out of my oil business, not an oil business. But see, as I was saying, what I learned wasn't so much the hamburgers. What I learned was business. I was learning how business works. And and then from there, that's why I go into all kinds of businesses. I love business. So it doesn't make any difference what kind of business it is. I want to know more about that kind of business. And like I say, you see, I try to learn different skills and this type of stuff. And that's because I was able to get that hunger taken care of when I was a youngin'. And I think maybe we need to go back to basics. This Mike, NoStressMike.com.